What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there today? Welcome to Game Out Gaming. I'm your host, Marquez, and today we have another update for Off the Grid. We actually have, in the co-founders' words, one of the biggest updates since the launch of Off the Grid. So I've been excited to go ahead and dive in and see what we got. Let's go ahead and share these patch notes. Before we do, make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date with the latest news, tips, tricks, information, everything we have here at Game Out Gaming for Off the Grid. But let's go ahead and see what we got in these patch notes. Well, let's start off with the new game mode we got, Loadout Ladder. Now, in Loadout Ladder, aka gun game, Zeros go head-to-head in fast-paced combat across different arenas throughout Teardrop. With unlimited respawns, the pressure's on to rack up kills and climb the gear ladder. Each takedown earns you a loadout. It's a constant arms race, and the first Zero to land a kill with the final loadout seals the win. Now, I played the game. Just to be very blunt, it's not for me. I don't fucking like it. It's just like what it says. It's a gun game. You kill someone, you get a different gun, and so forth and so forth. But it's nothing really exciting for myself. I prefer and I like deathmatch so much more better than this mode. But for those who like it, you know, it's right there to enjoy if you want to. We got the new delivery drones. When calling in your custom loadouts, you've got the option to spend a little extra rip to bring in some serious backup. One's all about firepower, laying down extra heat when things get messy, while the other focuses on surveillance, scanning the area for threats and giving you the tactical edge. It's a smart upgrade if you're looking to turn the tide of a fight or just keep your head above water when things get chaotic. Now for the two drones, I love those. I'm enjoying that because one, like it says, one's like a recon drone, so it spots people that's around in the area, shows them up on the map, and shows them just like it's a recon drone. The other one's like an assault drone, just like a portable buzz or a buzz killer that brings your loadout. So it brings your loadout, and then what I like about it, it stays there, and then it searches the area for anybody that's around. It stays there either until it's destroyed or until you'll see a little timer. It's like a little bar that constantly depletes as time goes on. Once that bar leaves, it's gonna your drone goes away as well. But it stays there, shooting anybody in the area until that time passes, or again until it's destroyed. For the Battle Pass, we're making changes to improve your Battle Pass experience, starting with how items are unlocked. Instead of receiving a new page every 10 levels, each item will now unlock at its own specific level, meaning most levels will now grant you a reward to claim. This new system makes progression feel smoother, more consistent, and more rewarding throughout the entire Battle Pass. And this is just the beginning. More improvements are on the way, so stay tuned. Yeah, so again, I haven't experienced that yet because I'm done with the Battle Pass, but sounds like it's more rewarding. Now, on to the excitement, the new Cyberlimb mirror breakers. With these bad boys, using cutting-edge holographic tech, you can deploy a mirror image of yourself straight into the field. This decoy isn't just for show. It draws enemy fire, exposes hidden threats, and can even trigger traps like mines. It's the perfect distraction tactic, giving you the upper hand while your enemies waste time and ammo on a ghost. Now, just to let you know about this new Cyberlimbs, the mirror breakers, excellent. There's a fucking great addition to the game. Been using them, and yeah, you'll see once you guys use them how to implement them into your game, what limbs work good with it, because I was in worry of losing my mobility because I like my hammerheads. So I was in worry of, okay, I'm gonna lose my mobility for these holographic limbs. But when you use the holographic limbs, it has like a little jump up. So if you jump with using it, it'll give you enough height to still activate your jetpack. So again, great addition. This limb is excellent. It's so much better than the Cyberlancers when they first came out. Hell, it's better than the Cyberlancers right now. Added wall jump. Wall jump can be activated by pressing the jump button close to a wall while falling. This adds a new dimension of movement to the game and allows gaining enough height to activate the jetpack from the ground. This is another great addition to the game. Just go towards a wall, jump, and then push your jump button while you're on a wall. He'll do a little jump off of the wall, which allows you to go ahead and activate your jetpacks. More maneuverability, more things that can be done with this, and I like this. This is a plus in my opinion. Careers page. All zeros now have the option to customize their OTG contestants badge in the brand new career page. Choose the profile picture of your liking, update the badge background to match your style, and customize your clan tags to whatever you like to represent. Their career page also allows you to scroll through the current active challenges. But that's not all zeros. We've overhauled the leaderboard and moved it to the new career page. Track your global and friends rankings across Extraction Royale, Deathmatch, and Loadout Ladder. I mean, the careers page is nothing real, nothing exciting. The only thing that's new to it is, like it says here, allowing you to customize your badge. You can customize your badge for your profile now, giving you more of a unique look. So other than that, it's just putting everything, which is your missions as well as the leaderboard. It puts that all on one tab. The new lobby. Updated lobby. Welcome to the lobby, the newest, most up-to-date off-the-grid launch studio located aboard the Dreadnought carrier. The lobby is where you'll customize your zero, put together your loadout, and prepare to drop out of a hopper plane straight into Teardrop Island. Fitted with state-of-the-art cameras and sporting the newest weapon and cyberlimbs, it has all you need for you to go out and win. Hoorah! Now, simply just better visuals when it comes to the lobby. It does look a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper. It has a little bit more of a unique look to it. So I like the lobby look now. And it's not so dead. It brings it, or it gives it a little life, I would say. So updated usability. Camera positions adjusted for most menus to better match intended use. Continuous improvement on scenes and menu navigation. Overhauled HUD. Completely reworked the player HUD with a new style and visuals. That they have done. Now, I gotta really get used to this. I've been trying to, so most of my games have been trying to like familiarize myself with the HUD, with what's going on, with all the new cosmetics and everything that's visually new other than playing. So HUD is completely different now. So inventory management system. The inventory system now features dedicated slots for each type of ammo and equipment, simplifying overall inventory management. Backpacks now determine the maximum capacity of these slots. Plus, any items on the ground will be automatically picked up if there's available space. Now, I'm not sure I like this. Now, although it does simplify everything, allowing you to carry everything without worrying about what bullets you have and discarding these bullets because you need more larges or whatever the case is, it does put a limit on, like me, I like to run around with 30 plates. And with the new way that the inventory is done, it kind of restricts that. So, but I mean, it is what it is. So, additional quality of life changes. Added fade transition to final cinematic and overall improved visual experience for match and stats display. So for when you game over, it just looks better. When you out that motherfucker, it looks a little better, a little different. Reworked hit marker visuals. Oh my God. I'm not a fan of this, at least for right off right now, because the hit marker, it seems like when you hit them, the hit marker's so big, it takes over the body. I can't, it's hard to explain, but the hit marker gets in the way for me. So I'm not a fan of this, at least for right now. Maybe I just need to keep using it or keep doing it and get used to it. Cleaned up inconsistent button styles across the HUD. Added display of weapon attachments in HUD, loadout selection, and player inventory. For the gameplay, they reworked finishers to be more cinematic, visceral, and fast. Finishers are so much fucking better right now. I mean, they're so much better right now. I knew they were going to get better, but the way they are right now, they're still gun-based, and I still think they should be limb-based, meaning whatever limbs that you have should be determine what finisher you do. So Ripper blade should, do a ripper something. If I have a regular limb, I have no limbs, then maybe use my gun. But other than that, it still should be gun-based. But they have done an excellent job on the rework. Added hold to shoot accessibility feature, which now allows to hold down the fire button to keep shooting semi-auto, and burst fire weapons, similar to automatic weapons. This can be disabled in the settings. So this means like an AZV 100, instead of rapidly pushing the button, you can hold down the shoot button and then it'll burst fire automatically. I think they did this to kind of balance it for us console players, because I know if you're fighting a mouse and keyboard, a PC player, and they have one of those 3 burst guns, just tapping that button is a little bit faster than what you can do with this, hitting that R2 or that right trigger, whatever the case is. But at least that's my theory. So they did it to balance everything. Pressing the armor plate button now cues all 3 plates at once. Most actions can be used to cancel the plating. Removed ability to fast heal with adrenal shot. Oh my God. I hate this. Now, the adrenaline shot used to act as a selfie. So when you're down, you can get yourself up, and it act as an adrenaline shot, a healer. So when your life is low, you can go ahead and stim yourself, and you get your health. No longer is that available. That's so fucking shitty, at least in my opinion.
Oh, so you no longer get
I like being able to heal myself. Someone get me low, and then they're chasing you. You go ahead and stim yourself real quick, and you get the kill. It's a surprise, But you can no longer do that for whatever reason. They took that out of the game. You can only use stim shots now in order to self-revive. Deathmatch added option to insta-spawn with the last used loadout. Hex extraction hacks will now insta-complete when the terminal gets covered by the grid. I had this happen and it didn't do that, so I don't know if that's something that they need to fix. I put in a hex, the grid covered it, and I was expecting it to be instant, to give it to me instantly. It didn't. Still had the timer, so I had to wait for that in order for the hex to be mine. Simplified the inventory management system. Added auto pickup for all ammo and armor plates. Increased lifespan of loadout containers in the grid to 2 meters. 2 minutes? 2 meters. Added advanced smoothing settings for motion aiming using controller gyro. Added weapon unholster during landing roll animation. Improved landing roll animation by gradually reducing excessive speed at the end. Improved the default aiming experience by changing default controller sensitivity, aim sensitivity multiplier, aim acceleration and response curve setting. Now this could be why the aim and everything seems like to be a little off, because my sensitivity everything seems different now in regards to aiming and just right stick movement. It seems, I don't know, I'm not sure what is different, but something's different. especially when it comes to shooting. Improved, hold on, let me get back to where we were. Added interrupting reload by shooting when there are bullets remaining in the old magazine. Tweaked camera framing when sighting. That's what it says, but it's tweaked camera framing when I assume it's going to be sliding or sprinting. Increase move speed in legless or knockdown states. That's great. The move speed has been greatly increased when you're knocked down, so you can go ahead and you can cover some ground now when you're down. Reduce minimum height required to be able to activate jetpack. Reduce minimum move speed required for glass to break on collision. Remove climb attempt animation for unclimbable walls and jumping backwards out of a climb. This was replaced by wall jump and reduces unintended climbs. Like I said, the wall jumps is a great addition. Improved movement smoothness in some network conditions. Now for the weapons attachment and rebalance. Weapon attachment rebalance. In today's update, all weapon attachments have undergone a complete rebalance to provide more varied gameplay options and give players much more choice in how they kit their weapons out. There are too many changes to list every single one, so we'll discuss the general direction here. In the previous update, a lot of players tended to steer towards recoil reduction as their main choice for OTG. Hence the M4. All right, damn. Had to stop that bright ass light from shining all in my fucking face. All right, now this was fine, however. We felt it wasn't nuanced enough to truly capture the spirit of gearing yourself up for a specific playstyle you wanted to use, especially considering the relative synergy between weapons and cyberlimbs. Additionally, the previous attachments all had far too much in the way of push-pull, where the push would be a bonus or benefit and the pull would be something we take away from you in return to even the odds. And in a lot of cases, the pull either felt underwhelming or overwhelming depending on your abilities. Now, we felt there was a better way to handle this to provide more push and less pull and have players be able to modify their weapons in a way that would reinforce their play styles and not just end up one setup ruling overall. And yeah, they did this in regards to the M4 because a lot of people were using the M4 because of the accuracy. So you would build your M4s and you guys seen that shit. There was a lot of fucking M4s running around the case. Now they're trying to switch it up. Now, to end this, you will now find that there are more choices on attachments with less pull, meaning you won't necessarily have to sacrifice anything with some options. In cases where we provide extremely strong options, some pull is required to offset such a strong bonus, but then other slots can be used to lessen that pull dramatically. To give you all a brief example, light barrels now increase your headshot damage to reduce the number of headshots required to knock down someone. These barrels, however, also drastically increase your horizontal and vertical recoil. With various combination of other attachments such as stocks, underbarrels, grips, and others, you can reduce these huge recoil increases down to more manageable levels. This is just one of new dynamics to decide on. Others might include multiple options that, when combined, increases your movement speed by a significant amount, or ones that increases your damage range and bullet velocities. It's up to you to decide how you see your style and play and what works best for you. There are no doubt some combinations that will be straight up difficult to play with, but we are hoping that there is no truly right or wrong way to modify your weapons with these changes, but some will obviously be more effective in more situations than others. Additionally, Balancing for these values will come in due time based on player feedback and internal diagnostics. Additionally, different weapon classes, AR, sidearms, etc., may have differing amounts of these bonuses and penalties based on their general usability and limited number of attachment slots. So you'll need to experiment with what works for you. The aim cameras have been pulled back slightly in ADS to provide a bit more peripheral view in combat situations. The sights. All short-range sights below 2 times magnifications are now 1.25 times magnification only, and differ only in visuals and the the stat bonuses. Penalties they provide. This is to provide more comfortable and consistent short-range ADS, both in third-person and first-person ADS modes, and provide more choice for players on both a statistical as well as aesthetic level. All right, now for the recoil, all weapons have undergone another recoil pass to smooth out the amount of erratic direction changes. Additionally, the speeds at which the crosshairs return down have been adjusted to provide smoother feeling recoil post shots. Yeah, the recoil has been adjusted, and this is one of the first times that I would say I feel some difference in the recoil and aiming, everything in regards to trying to fire your weapon. So still got to get used to that on how it is now. Loot containers. Loot containers now have a 5% chance when spawning a weapon to pick from the pool of previously released epic variant weapons. All previous released and non-current weapons are included in this loot pool. These act as island-only loot. Can't be taken off the island or extracted, and function similar to the teardrop legendary systems. So what this is pretty much is saying that you can find an M4. I don't know about an enforcer, but I found a controller. I found the Kochi Tensile Terror. I found only those two inside a regular loot box so far. So there's, I believe, a lot of possibilities of finding new guns in the loot boxes. So that's pretty good, though. I like that. Weapon balance. That's also giving other people a chance to see what gun they like without purchasing it first. So now for weapon balance, ARs, all assault rifles have had their damage reduced by 10% through the damage fall-off system at their mid-ranges. The M4 Commodore base damage reduced to 32 was 34. Hey, reducing that's a big deal. That's a big drastic deal, you guys. LMGs, the boom slang, the base RPM increased by 400 was 350. Headshot multiplier increased to 2.5 times was 2.25 times. For the marksman rifles, protons, the base damage increased to 150. It was 140. The Ignia base damage increased to 100. It was 90. Sidearms, the Tap 9 base damage reduced to 100 was 105. Headshot multiplier increased to 1.75 times was 1.5 times. The Type 227 base damage has been reduced. That's the start off gun. Base damage was reduced to 75 was 80. Then the headshot multiplier increased to 1.5 times was 1.25 times. Now, I've noticed that the damage was decreased because I was firing at someone and they should have been dead. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why didn't they die? Reading this now, it makes sense now. Even though it was only by 5 points, that makes a difference. The Kelowna base damage increase to 70 was 60. Headshot multiplier reduced to 1.5 times was 1.75 times. The burst cooldown increased to 0.235 seconds was 0.225 seconds. Shotguns. The Squall headshot multiplier increased to 1.75 times was 1.5 times. The Influencer headshot multiplier increased to 1.5 times was 1.25. SMGs. Now the Tacoma's base damage increased to 40. It was 38. The headshot multiplier increased to 2 times. Was 1.75 times. The Tacoma Pioneer RPMs have been increased by 5%. Tacoma AVAX Gen 4 now increases. This right here seemed like it has the most rework, the most of a buff out of the guns that you're gonna see here. So the Tacoma AVAX Gen 4 now increases movement speed by 8%. Now has an additional 5% bonus damage per hit, and the base spread is reduced by 10%. I've been using this Tacoma. Hey, it's crazy now. I would never have thought to use this motherfucker, but I'm using it now. It's crazy. So that tells you never know what gun they're gonna go ahead and make just beast mode. The Woodpecker base damage increased. The Woodpecker, in my opinion, was already a beast. The base damage had been increased to 55, was 50. The Woodpecker Prankster sway has increased penalty. Sway increased penalty removed. It was plus 25% sway. So there's no more sway penalty for the Prankster. The Kochi, the base damage has been increased to 48, was 42. Sniper rifles, the Osprey, fixed an issue with the default and compact magazine size. The default magazine had 2 rounds more in it than intended, and the compact magazine had the wrong value set in its con section. Now the Kestrel Templar, due to the weapon attachment rework, the Kestrel Templar can no longer switch barrels to prevent a one-shot sniper situation. As compensation for this, it now comes with a heavy barrel by default, which increases its damage range and bullet velocity as standard. For the Cyberlimbs, new color visualization for friendly skunk paw cloud. Friendly skunk paws also no longer damages you. That's fucking crazy. Friendly skunk paws no longer does damage to friendlies. That's fucking crazy. Fixed an issue where drone goblins. Now I've been saying they needed to buff these skunk paws in some way, but that's crazy. Fixed an issue where drone goblins would not be targeted by javelinas. Fixed an issue where roadrunners were not properly affected by slugger. The hookshot increased hookshot projectile speed to 150, was 130. Increased the return speed when the hookshot didn't land anymore. That's pretty good. Because I know when I missed, it seemed like the hookshot just kept going. And I'll be out that motherfucker. Slugger changes. Slugger will now overheat jetpacks on direct hit. That's big. The sluggers will now overheat your jetpack when you get hit directly with a slugger. For the Buzzkiller, updated Buzzkiller's visual stats to match their actual data. Phosphor Fury fixed an issue where Phosphor Fury sometimes did not stick to enemies when both players were in the air. And updated Phosphor Fury's lower direct charge hit 600 to 590. Reduce charge time from 1.5 seconds to 1 second. The recon drones will now be destroyed when a new one is spawned using the same limb. We've also removed the destruction delay. For trip mines, improve the linking system for trip mines. They have. In order for you to link to trip mines, you used to have to throw one trip mine while holding R1, see where you can place another trip mine. Now you can just simply place one trip mine, you can go back to it, hold R1 to place another trip mine, and it's going to show you where it's going to line up, it's going to connect out those two. The one that you laid before and the one that you're trying to lay now. So that's a big improvement. The kinetic shield improvements. Updated the kinetic shield's damage value to 350 HP across all rarities, and changed the effective force release radius to 25 meters from the shield surface. New cooldown values. New cooldown values. For common, there's 27 seconds. For uncommon, there's 24 seconds. For rare, there's 21 seconds. And for epics, there's 18 seconds. The Slam Fist improvements. Unified charge damage scaling across all rarities. Instant shot damage, 125 HP. Full charge damage, 275 HP. So when you just instant hit them, it does 125. Full charge, 275 HP. Damage scales linearly with charge percentage across all rarities. Leapers recharge cooldown and charge count rebalance. For the common, there's 2 charges for 30 seconds. Uncommon, oh, that's nice. For the common leapers, now you get 2. The leapers was shitty in the common. You get 1 charge, but you get 2 of them for 30 seconds. There's a 30-second cooldown. The uncommon, there's still 2 charges, 25 seconds. For the rares, there's 3 charges, 30 seconds. And for epic, there's 3 charges, 25 seconds. Good job. They've showed some love in that area to the leapers, because yeah, the common ones they were shitty. Bounce bomber changes. Expand the vacuum effect radius by plus 100 units to improve visual pool coverage and damage effectiveness. Restore manual detonation control for explosives. Restore manual detonation control for explosives. I'm not sure what that means. Any limb within the vacuum zone will be temporarily disabled for 0.5 seconds after entering, preventing immediate activation during vacuum surge. And that's kind of big right there as well. You can't use your limb. So if I bounce you, you can't use your limb for, I know it's just half a second, but that's big. Updated cooldown values for Cyberlancers. All rarities will now have 2 charges, but cooldown decreases with higher rarities. So the Cyberlancers, instead of having those different, I think the epics have 3 charges. All of them have 2 charges now. The difference between each of them now is the cooldown. Each one of them have a different cooldown. So the common's cooldown is 29 seconds. The uncommon's 26 seconds. For the rare is 24 seconds, and for the epics is 22 seconds. For missions, they changed rules for bounty hunter opportunities. Y'all know any more details other than that, but they changed the rules. What I can say is from what I've experienced is it just seemed like it's a little shorter. I don't know what the details were, because every time I get a bounty, it's so hectic right now. So I get a bounty and it's always somebody on my back before I can even go after the bounty. But I know the bounties was like 3-4 minutes or something like that. The bounties are seeming to end very quickly now. So, and that's it on the patch notes that we have. That's all for the update for today. Now, it was a big ass update, so let me know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments and everything. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. But in regards to like the new limbs, the mirror breakers, shit's wonderful. It's a fucking great addition to the game. So much more enjoyable than the Cyberlancers was and is still to the day. So yeah, I thought I was gonna be like, oh man, I don't want to sacrifice my mobility for, another motherfucker. But it's the shit works. It works. And like I said, if you jump and you use them, it gives you a lift. It gives you a little jump up when you use them, so you can still activate your jetpack with them. I'm loving the new loadout drones. You got 3 of them to choose from now. You got your regular one, which regular rips is what it costs. Then for a little bit more rips, you can either choose the recon drone or what is it called? The recon or the attack. And the attack is gonna be simply what it is. It's like a buzz killer. It comes down, bring your load out, and it stays there for a good little amount of time, and it'll shoot enemies in the area. That's fucking wonderful. And the other one's just like a recon drone. So when it comes, it shows you enemies that's in the area if they're around, similar to the recon. So you got 3 now. Fucking wonderful, fucking great. The new mode though, I'm not liking that. It's nah, you can miss me with that one. The gun game. For those who like that, I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, that's the new mode right now that I pretty much won't be diving into, just to go ahead and maybe get some content. The wall jump is a fucking big one. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things up in this update. The rework they did to the SMGs, to all the guns in general. I have to get used to, again, you know, aiming, because it seemed like that's a little off. I gotta get my shit back pretty much. So gotta get my mojo. But I'm with it. But again, let me know what you guys think. You know, I'm pretty sure some of you have already played a few games to go ahead and see what's what's new. So let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like I say, for me, I give this an A+. Give it a good A. I mean, they have to do some patches, because right now I can't invite my friends, nobody on my friends list, to the game. So that's unenjoyable, because I got a random spawn or a random match. But other than that, I mean, the work itself is pretty much is good. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and leave a like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date with the latest news, tips, tricks, information, everything we have here at GameOut Gaming. But off the grid, hit the notification button so you can be on point. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all later. But until next time, y'all, game out.